Hi, I'm Sherry Miles. I'm your instructor for this course. I want to take you through the syllabus. It's a lengthy syllabus. You'll go through it in greater detail on your own time, but there's a few things I want to point out to you. So basically, the front page of the syllabus is a lot of information that is strictly related to Bridgewater. So the Blackboard course site, learning management system, the browser checker, you're going to want to check your browser to make sure that you have all of the necessary plugins to use Blackboard. The textbook that we require for the course, and the course meeting times and my contact information up here. The second page is a table of contents. This is actually a live table of contents if you download the Word document from the Blackboard site. The course goals and outcomes are pretty straightforward. In this class, you're going to learn the essential skills you need to be an effective writer. You're going to learn to recognize correct grammar, punctuation, and style, which is very critical to accuracy and credibility. You'll learn to produce a variety of documents that are typically used in strategic communication, including news releases, ads, websites, blogs, social media posts, brochures, articles, and marketing plans. You will tailor all of these documents to the needs of our client that we're working with this semester and that client's audience. And you're going to be basing your judgment on research data and the client's budget. At the end of the semester, you'll create a client kit as a final project for the client that includes final versions of the documents you've been developing over the semester. Course policies. You're expected to participate each week of the online course, and we'll go over how we measure attendance in the course assignments section. For email, please use my Bridgewater email. I'll get back to you within 24 hours. Late assignments. For each day a writing assignment is late, your grade for that assignment will be dropped to full letter grade. Discussion board posts are not accepted late. That's important to remember. They'll receive a 0 if posted after the deadline. There are no makeup assignments allowed, only exceptions being emergencies and if I know in advance and it's an excusable absence. Let's see, going on. Academic integrity, we're going to be talking about this in the second week of class. That's an important thing to clear up at the beginning so there's no confusion during the semester. Make sure you back up your coursework often. This has happened to me many times. I'll be working on something either in Blackboard or for Blackboard, and my computer might crash and everything's gone. So make sure that you back up often. It's advised that when contributing to online discussion assignments, you can consider composing your work in Word first, saving it, and then copying and pasting the text into the course discussion forum. This is an important point, and do not wait until the last moment to work on your electronic files. There can be technical difficulties, and those can cause you to turn in a late assignment. Okay, netiquette. This is very important as well. Some of you may be used to using discussion boards, some of you may not. But it's important to have a standard of tone and behavior when talking to each other through the internet. Okay, so the first one, passion is great. Passion is great. Positivity and politeness should also be in step with your passion. Politeness is important because it keeps everybody feeling very respected. To err is human, to forgive is divine. Please be gracious when other people make spelling or grammatical errors. Even with emoticons, tone and context can often be lost in text-based communications. Keep that in mind when sharing a post that is comical or satirical. Respect the privacy of others. If you are sharing information of a personal nature that impacts a classmate, check with that classmate first before posting. Proofread your responses and let me know if something that has been posted is inappropriate or offensive to you. Our course is set up into 5 modules over 15 weeks, which corresponds to the textbook that we're using. Module 1 is strategic writing. Module 2 is public relations documents. Module 3, advertising documents. 4, sales and marketing documents. And 5 is business communication documents. The grading is as follows. Attendance, participation, and discussion boards, 20%. Quizzes, 15%. Writing assignments, 40%. There is 8 of them. The client kit is 20%, and there's a reflective essay at the end, which is 5%. Here's a breakdown. The discussion boards are going to be the way that we measure your participation and attendance, since this is an online course. You'll be sharing your work with your peers and offering feedback. We co-create the knowledge that we share in this course, and we all contribute to our skill development together. The deadline for discussion board initial posts is Thursday, okay, by 11:59 p.m. If you don't have your initial post in by the Thursday deadline, you'll be considered absent for that week and will receive a 0. So each week that there's a discussion board assignment, you will have 2 deadlines to be aware of. The Thursday deadline for the initial post, which is your post responding to the prompt. It might be a prompt about the reading, it might be a question posed by me. After you do your initial post by the Thursday deadline, you will be then expected to respond to 2 of your classmates' posts by Sunday at 11:59 p.m. So by the end of the day Sunday. So what this does is it creates an opportunity for some conversation and some back and forth. So you put your post up by Thursday, other students are going to respond to what you've written. Likewise, you're going to be responding to posts that other students have written. So since these replace face-to-face class meetings, they should be respected as much as traditional class attendance and participation. So these discussion boards could fall into one of 3 categories. They could be topic specific, based on readings for that week. Okay, they could be instructor questions that I pose occasionally, or they could be raised by other students. You or your classmates may want to create a new discussion board or thread to further explore ideas or topics. So for those, you'll be expected to participate in those conversations, but there is no deadline for responding. I would like all discussion board posts to be thoughtful, respectful, and move the conversation forward by demonstrating understanding of the course concepts. Remember to give yourself time. Waiting until the last day to post doesn't allow for things to go wrong. Your work schedules can change, you could run into technical difficulties, there can be unexpected distractions, and all of that happens. But those will cause you to lose points if they delay your submission past the deadline. I will participate in the online discussions frequently, but not necessarily every day. I will respond to some but not all student postings, as I want to encourage student-to-student interactions in addition to instructor-student interactions. There are 3 quizzes at 5 points each, 15 points for the quizzes. 1 quiz is on plagiarism and 2 are on AP Style and Grammar. There are 8 assignments, 8 writing assignments at 5 points each. A news release, a newsletter article, website homepage update, print ad, marketing plan, fundraising letter, brochure, cover letter, and resume. You'll be working on these throughout the semester. You'll be submitting them on deadline, and you will have the opportunity to revise them based on comments and feedback from me. For the client kit, you will 7 of these assignments, everything basically except for the cover letter and resume. The client kit will include the final versions of these documents if they have needed revision. along with a cover page and table of contents. That's worth 20 points. And then at the end of the semester, a reflective essay about what you learned in the class and what was most helpful to you for your future. Here's what a typical week will look like for us. So for our class, each week begins on a Monday and ends on a Sunday. This allows you much time to complete the assignment over the weekend. In a typical week, you'll do the following. Read the Monday announcement that I send out on Monday mornings. This will recap what we did the previous week and state what we're going to be working on in the current week. Do the chapter readings early in the week. The reason for this is because the discussion boards are often drawn from the chapter readings. If you wait until the end of the week to do the chapter readings, you're not going to be able to do your discussion board posts on time on Thursday. Post to the discussion boards by Thursdays and Sundays. Like I said before, the initial post deadline is Thursday at 11:59 p.m. The deadline for a response post to 2 classmates is Sunday at 11:59 p.m. Any written assignments that are due in a week are also going to be due by Sunday at 11:59 p.m. Here's our course schedule. I've posted this on Blackboard as a separate document. I'm not going to go through everything about it because you can take a look through it on your own. It does do a breakdown of what we'll be covering each week, what we're going to be talking about in terms of which chapters in the textbook, and what activities support those chapters. Okay, the last thing I want to show you is the rubric for the discussion board and participation rubric. So here is the rubric that's on Blackboard. So each discussion board post is worth 2 points. Times 10 posts is 20 points, or 20% of your grade. And this is the way that those posts are scored. Critical thinking, connections made, uniqueness of ideas, style, and requirements. Okay? So if you want to take a look at this and understand how you got to a certain score with your discussion board posts, that would be helpful. And that pretty much wraps up the syllabus for you. If you have any specific questions, you can post them on our discussion board general questions forum on Blackboard. And I look forward to seeing you there. Take care.